Hello guys. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to this. They have no idea what I'm about to ask them. They've literally said yes and they don't even know what we're going to talk about. Before we even start, congratulations on your transformations. These two right here have put in so much work. I'm here like pretty much every single day of the week and they're here pretty much every single day of the week. There's not a day that I don't see them in the gym. So congratulations, you're both looking great. My first question for you was, when did you decide enough is enough, I'm going to make a change?
Yes, I went on this trip, would have been maybe a year and a half ago now, and it was up in the mountains, and we were climbing up mountains and hiking and everything, and I was struggling and no one else was, and that's when I realised, health is actually putting an impact and an effect on my life. I come back and I started to kind of get into the routine of coming a couple nights, but I was still so nervous to actually get into the gym. But then I'm lucky I found Mike, and Mike and I just started going 5 nights a week, and that turned into days, and that turned into hour and a half long workouts. And so I guess it was just more of the hiking and the journey that I went on and realised how much my health was impacting my life.
So same for you, Mike, when was the moment that you decided enough is enough, I'm going to make a change, and when did you actually stick to it? Because I feel like so often people say enough is enough, I'm going to make a change, but they don't actually stick to it. Yeah. So did you ever experience a time where maybe you started the journey but then you also took a step back?
So I started my journey about 5 years ago, and my whole life I was a bigger boy. And I moved here in the mindset of starting a fresh life for myself. Starting over, I was 150 kilos. I couldn't do much with myself, but I had family members and support behind me, and she pushed me, she showed me the basics of working out and what I could do to help myself. And then she moved and I stopped. Motivation gone. Stuff happened in life and it made me want to push for better. So I moved into Coffs. Where I live, there's mountains. Every single day, for about 2 years, I ran every night. I was like, if that's the only thing that's going to make me feel good, I'm going to do it. Yeah. And that's what I did, and I pushed harder and harder. And there was definitely times where I stopped and I didn't want to do it no more. But it's all part of how strong your mental game is. 100%. It's consistency, it's determination. And once you find them and you take it and you go for it, you won't stop.
You won't. Want it.
I really like what you just said. You need to want it. It's not an easy thing. Even for myself, as someone who's most people probably consider has really good genetics and doesn't necessarily have to work for it. I'm the one that experiences every single day. And it's a mental game. Some days I don't want to show up to the gym. Sometimes I don't want to be here. But yeah, you have to really want it.
Body experiences, no matter what size you are. Even now, coming from a bigger person to a little person, you still have the body dysmorphia when you're in the gym.
Well, you really took the journey seriously. How was the state of your mental health?
I've always been a really anxious person, but getting uplifted and getting myself into the gym proved to myself that you can really do anything as long as you put your mind to it.
Well, when I first started out, and I don't want a little sob story or anything, mental health for me was such a big thing. I was, like I said, such a bigger boy. People side-eye to me, not wanting to talk to me. When I was a bigger boy, my anxiety was riddled all over me. I couldn't do anything. I wouldn't even think about stepping inside of a gym. So that's why I ran every day. I waited until it got a little bit darker when I felt comfortable. Running definitely 100%, without a doubt, changed my mental state. It made me less anxious. It made me more happy.
You just got to overcome that gym anxiety.
You do.
That is a topic we have to talk about. Can we talk about gym anxiety?
100%.
Let's talk about it, because for me, I've been coming to the gym for about 4 years now. And I remember when I first started coming to the gym, this was my space. I wasn't leaving this area. I would never go out there. I feel like it's the pressure that you put on yourself. I think the best way that I've overcome my gym anxiety is realising that nobody actually cares that you're in the gym.
No.
Everyone's paying attention to themselves. Everybody's in their head about themselves. Once you can overcome that, overcoming people's opinions about you, that's when you overcome a lot of that anxiety in the gym and also in other places. I feel like because sometimes we care so much about what everybody else thinks, it just limits us. So that's how I've overcome it, by literally just not caring about other people's opinion. But how have you guys done that, overcome the gym anxiety?
If anything, I don't know, it definitely helped me walking into the gym with a plan. Walking in and not knowing what I was doing really stood out to me, I guess. I felt like I was the little guy in the big sea of water. Like, it was
Yeah.
scary. But once you kind of like get to know like what machines are doing, you start to feel more confident. And the more you come, the more confident you get.
Well, same with you, Vicky. It was still like such a big thing for me to come in and having to go past the mental state of not everyone's looking at you, not everyone's staring at you, not everyone's judging you, and they are all in their own headspace wanting better for themselves.
100%.
So with me coming into the gym, I'm always in that headspace of people are doing the exact same thing you're doing right now. They're working on themselves. Going every day, not every day, but like every other day throughout the week, get to know the community in the gym. Get to know the faces.
Over time, you do get to know the faces, and I really encourage whoever's watching this, if you are planning on, like maybe you're going to the gym for the first time, I definitely would say start going with a friend, because that definitely helps too.
100%.
Go with someone else, whether they know what they're doing or not, doesn't matter, but just having that support with you so you don't feel so alone and it doesn't feel so intimidating. Another thing that helped me was staying with the same gym and not bouncing around too much.
You know your machines then.
You know your machines, you know the people that work there, you start building friendships. I actually want to go back to Mike, what you said before. 150 when you first started, okay. So you started at 150, and what are you now?
I'm 90.
90.
So my lowest was about 85, but recently I've gained a lot more muscle, and it's just 150 went down. It did fluctuate my weight, went up, went down. Them little spike ups definitely pushed me to do better. Definitely is, for me anyway, such a mental game.
You know what really stuck out to me before was that you said, you know, when you were at your heavier weight, like how people would treat you and how they would act towards you. To me about, well, let's just call it what it is. It's fat phobia. I want to know your experience when you were heavier versus how it is now.
I don't even know where to start. I was fat through school, so that was different for me, and I was someone who was a little person and got bigger through a relationship, and then lost the weight pretty much as soon as I left that. People treat you completely differently, like completely differently. They almost look down upon you. They won't say it to your face, but they will just kind of put this judgment onto you. I've had a couple experiences through work and everything like that. But it's more like now that you're littler that you can get whatever you want whenever you need, if you know what I mean. Yeah, as sad as it is, job opportunities and everything now. People like texting you now who wouldn't text you before because you are skinny. And it's like, you know, I'm more than happy to help and, you know, give out as much as I can, but you weren't there for me when I needed you either, at all. So it's like, you want to hang out with me now, but you didn't want to hang out with me then? What's the difference? I'm still that same Skylea, and I will forever be that same Skylea, no matter what size I am. It's helped me, and it's shaped me to who I am. So I don't understand why you couldn't love me when I was like that, you know what I mean?
That's some real stuff right there.
But it is, like, they literally treat you completely differently.
Such a real thing, like you just said. Because I was a bigger guy, and I also had a severe case of psoriasis, I looked ugly. I felt ugly. I didn't feel good. So my whole life, everyone just looked at me different because I was fat. I was a bigger guy. And definitely working on yourself and coming out of that and looking better and feeling better, you can see how much people get away with for being pretty. Got so many more opportunities. I'm having so many more people come up to me and talk to me. And in my head, I'm still that little boy that's fat and self-conscious. You definitely see through a lot more people. You do. So yeah, fat phobia is such a big thing. It's always pretty privilege, everything like that. It all comes with weight loss and the journey.
Nothing wrong with being big. Like, there really isn't. Don't beat yourself up about it, because you can always make a change. You can always make a change.
No matter how old you are.
And no matter how big you are. Like, take little steps too.
And you will get there.
Yeah.
Like, look at us. You will get there. It's taken me years and years and years, but I'm here. And I'm so happy. And I'm so confident. I just put in the hard work. And I kept to it. My determination and consistency overpowered me thinking I couldn't do it. You know, definitely changed my whole outlook on life.
Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, how did I drop 40 kilos off me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember what I looked like. at 100 kilos.
What are the small steps that you guys took, and what small steps would you guys recommend for someone who's maybe starting off their fitness journey or has already started but maybe fallen back?
I would say do not look at the scales. That would be my biggest thing. Like, the scales won't move. They won't move for a solid month or two, I'd say. If you keep looking at those scales, you're going to beat yourself up about it. You're putting in the hard work and you're seeing, nothing from it, and like, don't blame yourself for that, because that's everyone. Everyone goes through that. Find a friend. Like, literally the best thing that happened to me was finding Michael and having someone to go to the gym with. I could walk in here and feel confident. I didn't feel like all eyes were on me. It's like at least all eyes are on both of us in my mind, like not just myself. And having a plan definitely helped me too, like knowing what I was doing in the gym. And recovery, like don't push yourself too hard, like because you will burn yourself out. I've all done it. Make sure you recover as well as you train. Take small steps, like, start with walking. If you're not confident in the gym, start with walking. I don't know, go for a run. I'd say try and get at least like 10,000 steps in a day at least. And then who knows, if you like that, maybe start skipping or, start boxing. And then, literally skipping for life. Same. It's so good.
Little steps are so much more powerful than the big steps. My little steps that I took, there was plenty of days and weeks where you don't notice anything and you really beat yourself up over it. But the little steps I took to help that was changing something in my diet. You don't have to go out and run or walk every day. If I didn't notice something, I'd change something. Cut out all my soft drinks. And that little step got me so much further. So it's little things like that. Cutting out soft drinks, replacing it with water, doing a couple of weeks of changing things, see what works for your body.
And make sure you want it.
Yes. To get how far I've come, I wanted it more than anything. You do it yourself, and the people around you, your supporters and the people that love you, they'll push you even further. So little steps are very, very important.
One thing I hear throughout this whole conversation is support. Support is so important.
I first started, I had my older cousin, and she was my biggest supporter. She was the one who showed me the steps and pushed me, and then she left and I felt my support went. You will have them periods of like, people will disappear, and then like it's up to you and your mental game to push forward, and then you will find people like Skylea that push you to do better. There will always be supporters, but you also have to be alone in your own mindset to get to know yourself more and to want better and to find them people that push you further. And they will come into your life, they will.
They always do, and there will always be haters too. And the haters are only jealous.
They are.
They're jealous of your motivation, they're jealous of your determination. So make sure you own what you've done and, love yourself, because you've pushed yourself far to the ground. You've run yourself to the ground and you've come out looking better and stronger. You've done a journey too. I respect you so much.
Something that I always try to get myself to do is just sit back and just take a look at how far you've come, regardless of if you're at where you want to be or not. Because sometimes we get so caught up on like just the end goal and what we want to look like in the end. We want to look like the Instagram models, or we want to look like the fitness models, and like sometimes it's just acknowledging what you've already done. Because burnout, what you're saying, is very real. If you push yourself too hard and if you're constantly focused on the goal and you're never giving yourself credit, it's very easy to burn out. So be there for yourself, hype yourself up, go to the gym on the days that you don't want to go.
And you will feel great if you do that. If you don't feel like doing anything, go to the gym, go for that walk, and after it, I'm telling you, we feel on top of the world.
Those days are the best days, and they're the days you feel the best too.
Obviously, when you're at the gym, you're focused on your physical health, but make sure that when you're outside of the gym, you're taking care of everything else. Like, take care of your mental health, because if you're in a good place mentally, there's more of a chance that you're actually going to want to show up physically.
I don't care how big you are, how small you are, how old you are more than capable to do anything.
More than capable.
100%. It's all mental. You need to push yourself out of that and just want better for yourself.
I truly believe you've got to want better for yourself inside and outside of the gym. Care of what's going on between the sessions. Take care of your physical, your mental, and your spiritual health. It all matters and it all will play a part in your fitness journey. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
This has been amazing. And once again, congratulations on your transformations.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you.